Today we got the story time of the cringiest Gen Z kid ever, who tries to go viral on TikTok by licking the most disgusting places around school. This kid does some of the grossest stuff ever and ends up getting so ill in the final period that he has that day that he has to go to the actual hospital. This is a pretty crazy story, so sit back, relax, subscribe if you're new, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, and let's jump into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who submitted today's story Luke. So anyways, right, there was a kid in Luke's class who we're just going to call the Gen Z kid. And sometimes people get mad at me being like, Connor, like, oh, maybe he's not actually in Gen Z. Oh, you're in Gen Z too. Dude, I know that. I'm not calling him a Gen Z kid necessarily because he is in the he is like from Gen Z. I'm calling him a Gen Z kid because of his obsession with TikTok, canceling people on Twitter. You already know how it is. This kid needed to go viral on TikTok. No, he didn't want to. He physically needed to. Bro acted like he got a doctor's prescription that he needed to go viral or he would actually pass away. So, yeah, and the Gen Z kid decided that he was going to go viral, and the way that he was going to go viral was going to be, he was going to do something stupid, he was going to record it and post it on TikTok. So anyways, right, some of the boys were just hanging out. Luke, the subscriber, was chilling with them, and that's when the Gen Z kid comes up to them. He's like, guys, you don't want to miss this. And, you know, whenever someone comes up to you and says, you don't want to miss this, you know, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely coming out to see what's up. I'm definitely trying to figure out what's good. You know, if I don't want to miss it, then, man, I don't want to miss it. And so obviously the guys are like, yo, what's up? And the Gen Z kid basically said like, hey, I'm going to be like recording this TikTok and I'm going to go around and I'm going to lick like really gross stuff. And Luke's like, dude, what? Don't do that. And the Gen Z kid's like, dude, no, I'm going to be famous on TikTok, bro. I'm going to be rich, which, like, by the way, being famous on TikTok does not correlate to being rich at all. You make like $1 per 100 billion views on there. So yeah, good luck, bro. Yeah, so anyways, right, sure enough that, you know, everyone's like, all right, well, we do have to go see this. And Luke says to the Gen Z kid one more time, he's like, bro, I'm telling you, this is a bad idea because I don't know about you, but like going around looking random stuff in a gross middle school, a gross middle school or high school. I don't know if they were middle school or high school. It was either, Luke didn't tell me specifically, but I'm going to guess it was either middle school, like 8th grade or something, or maybe like freshman in high school. This is definitely freshman type behavior, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just think about it for a second. This kid's probably going to go to the bathroom. He's probably going to lick on the floor. A lot of gross stuff. And I already told you in the intro, he needs to go to the hospital for how bad it is. But anyways, Luke, you know, kind of begrudgingly goes along. I mean, he does want to see. Like, Luke's not going to... He tells me, don't make it sound like I'm actually an angel. I'm not a saint here. I definitely did want to see what was going to go down. Because, hey, man, life at school apparently is kind of boring for Luke. So he's like, you know what? This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Hopefully it is once in a lifetime and this doesn't happen again, or he doesn't surround himself with people who do this again. But yeah, so they go around, and the first place that they go to is the boys' bathroom. So the Gen Z kid hands his phone over to one of the guys, not Luke, but one of the other guys, and says, start recording. So the other guy starts recording, and Luke's like, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new TikTok. Today, I'm going to be doing the Lick Everything Challenge. By the way, that's not a challenge. And also, back when I used to do commentary videos, and I know a lot of my commentary channel friends, when it seems like we've covered so many TikTok challenges, and I feel like every TikTok challenge ends up in something stupid, like the silhouette challenge, where people were literally putting blank on the internet and not even realizing it, or like all these other challenges where people were like dying and stuff. Like, bro, stop. You don't want the TikTok clout actually isn't that good, bro. It's not that good. I don't know. Do something normal. Go read a book. But anyways, right, so he's like, yeah, guys, we're going to be doing the Lick Everything Challenge. And the first thing I'm going to lick is the bathroom floor right next to the toilet, which, all right, man. I don't know if you guys have been, look, some of you guys might be homeschooled, so let me just tell you a little, let me give you the sauce right now. The guys' bathroom in high school and middle school is so bad. Like, guys' bathroom is honestly one of the worst places ever, especially if you get it towards the end of the day. But even right after, it's like, I don't know, man. I swear, like, I get the cleaning staff clean it every single day. And honestly, shout out to the cleaning staff. They need to deal with the worst stuff and they get paid so little. So, like, shout out cleaning staff. But I swear, like, I get there 5 minutes after the cleaning staff have gone in, and some guy's already peed all over the floor. How do you miss? Do you need to go to target practice, bro? Like, seriously, what's going on right now? But yeah, anyways, right? So, one of the guys is recording as the Gen Z kid goes up to the toilet, and you guys might be thinking, okay, well, the floor of the bathroom is pretty gross, but dude, I don't just mean anywhere on the floor, I mean right next to the toilet. Which, yeah, right next to the toilet is actually worse than anywhere else on the floor because think about it. That's where people are missing when they're peeing. That's where if someone has an extra terrible number two time, they're gonna be missing a little bit. Oh, it's just so bad, bro. And especially right underneath the toilet, like the cleaning staff probably don't even clean the floors. They're probably more about cleaning the toilet and obviously the toilet, the sink, and maybe they clean the floors like once a week or something. But even if they clean the floors, they're probably not scrubbing all around the toilet because, like, I don't know, man. Whenever I go into public bathrooms or high school bathrooms, it's always like the toilet seat underneath is so grimy, but thankfully you don't have to sit on that or interact with it. But yeah, the kid literally licks at that point. And, the guy's like, oh man, I wasn't recording. The Gen Z kid's like, dude! And he's like, just kidding, just kidding. Which would have been actually pretty funny if the kid wasn't recording at all. Like, imagine basically giving yourself chlamydia and the guy doesn't even record it so you can post on TikTok for 15 views or whatever. So anyways, right, yeah, this is the first place. They hit the guy's bathroom. It's awful. But the challenge doesn't end yet because they're going to 3 locations, bro. So they start walking over. The Gen Z kid is leading them in a new direction. And at this point, like, the subscriber Luke isn't even sure if he wants to keep walking with these guys. Because he's like, I don't know, he's got a relatively, I don't know, not easy stomach, but he's queasy pretty easily. And after watching that, like, Luke almost had to run to one of the stalls to use it, bro, to throw up in. Because he just watched some kid lick the grimy ass seat, bro. Oh my God. Anyways, right, so yeah, sure enough, Luke is a little bit like, I don't know if I want to go. And I almost called him the Minecraft kid or the spoiled kid. The Gen Z kid brings them to the guy's locker room. If you guys are homeschooled, I'll give you the sauce again. Dude, guys' locker rooms are bad too. Maybe not as bad as like the toilet seat in the men's bathroom, but bro, guys' locker rooms, some of them are okay, but the school, at least the locker room at Luke's school, it was pretty bad, bro. Yeah, so anyways, right, sure enough, once again, the Gen Z kid is like, hands his phone over to someone, this time to Luke, actually, is like, bro, record it. And Luke's like, dude, you don't have to do this, like, you really don't have to, I think this is a bad idea. And the Gen Z kid's like, bro, I'm already in, like, I've already started, I gotta finish. By the way, sunk cost fallacy right there, but whatever. I'm not really necessarily expecting 8th graders to fully internalize the truths of the sunk cost fallacy, but whatever. So he goes around and he's like, hey, man, can you record? And, Luke very begrudgingly is like, okay, sure. I mean, Luke didn't want to have him do it and not get a recording, right? I guess. So yeah, sure enough, he's like, all right, guys, well, now we're in the boys' locker room. This place is pretty gross, and I'm going to lick this. And so the Gen Z kid goes into some kid's locker and, like, pulls out an actual dirty pair of underpants. And everyone was like, no, dude, don't do it. Like, I don't know why now they were so, like, worried about him doing it when the kid literally was, licking the toilet seat, licking the floor in the guy's bathroom. Like, at that point, I would have been like, bro, it's not worth it. But now they all unanimously are like, no. But all the Gen Z kid does is he looks at Luke and he's like, hey, bro, you still recording? And Luke's like, yeah. And yeah, I don't want to go into great detail, but he does end up licking the underwear. Super gross. Super bad. You hate to see it. Everyone's like, oh my God. And Luke, like, actually has to close his eyes. It's so disgusting. Guys, please don't do this. Like, this has happened. Like, not to me. I've not done this. Okay, just for clarification. But yeah, in high school, man, I definitely see stuff like this happening. Kids they just want attention, bro. And you think the best way to get attention is to become kind of like a public spectacle. Also, if you're trying to, like, blow up online or do something or get famous or whatever, first of all, you don't want to be famous. Having a following is totally fine. Like, I'm not famous, and I'm very happy where I'm at. I would not want to be like Charlie D'Amelio or something. But also, you're not going to have long-term fame or like business venture if you blow up at over being a clown. Like, think about the people on TikTok that, like, I don't know, they went into the grocery store, licked the ice cream, and put it back. They got so much attention, like an insane amount of attention. Where are they now? Yeah, you don't know because you didn't want to follow them for what they did. You were just looking at them because they were the public clown of the day. You don't want to be that, guys. So if you want to do something, put out something of value, put out something you enjoy, record your own story times if you want. I am totally fine if you nab everything I do. Seriously, I will like encourage you to do that if you want to try. But yeah, anyways, right, so the Gen Z kid almost looked completely unfazed, and he's like, all right, well, time to go to the final place. And at this point, everyone was like, dude, I don't even want to know where we're going. I don't even want to know, dude. Like, this is just so gross. And yeah, they were all like, dude, can we please stop? And like the Gen Z kid's like, no, guys, like I need someone to record it. Like at this point, like you've already done a little bit, might as well help me go all the way. Which, by the way, once again, sunk cost fallacy. Just because you start something doesn't mean you have to finish it. Even if you've already started it and you've put in time, money, whatever, right? Because all you're going to do is put in more time, money, or whatever, right? So sure enough, especially if something's not worth it at the end. Anyways, right, so they're walking and the Gen Z kid takes them outside. And at this point, like, there's just so many possible terrible things he could be doing that, like, I don't know, the subscriber Luke is like, please spare me from this. Yeah, so let me give you guys a little bit of a hint. So outside, dogs will be walked, and if you're not like a good pet owner, you will probably leave their number two sitting around. As a good pet owner, I always do my best to pick it up. You know, you got to pick it up with a bag or a scoop or whatever. Just good for the rest of your neighborhood, right? But let me just, that's your hint. And also, let's just do the secret word of the day right now. So if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and comment dog down below. And while you're down there, make sure, if you haven't already, to check out the pinned comment, as there are two links, one to the Spotify page in which I upload all these stories as podcasts. Go help me out, and if you listen to Spotify, listen to these stories on there too. Follow me on there. And also subscribe to the other channel that's linked in the description. That is my Storytime animated channel. I think I'll have another one out this week, but I don't know. I got a lot of stuff to do, man. We'll see. But I am posting basically weekly on there. Anyways, let's get back to it before I kind of diverge too much. Yeah, so anyways, right, sure enough, the Gen Z kid, I'm not even going to go into great detail because I'm not trying to gross myself out either. But anyways, he brings them outside. He brings them to the place where people normally let their dogs go do their business and not pick it up. At this point, Luke is like, no, no. And all the other kids are like, dude, no. And the Gen Z kid's like, guys, I need to do something crazy. I want to go viral on TikTok. I'm not going to go viral by, I don't know, licking the wall or licking a book. Like, that's not going to make me go viral, man. Do you want me to be happy? Do you want me to be happy? Which arguably, yes, they do, because they don't want you to go to the actual hospital, which he ends up having to go to, as you guys will see. So, you know, they wanted him to be happy. And also, there's no guarantee this video will blow up. I mean, honestly, like, you could post one thing I like that's just true about a lot of social media platforms or just media platforms where you can publish. A lot of times you can make a video that's a lot better than someone else's, but someone else's will just get more attention. There's a lot of factors, but sometimes it's kind of just random. I mean, it really isn't random the more you look into it, but there is, at least in the very beginning stages, there's a bit of luck involved. So you could put 1,000,000,000 years into one video and it might get 10 views. But yeah, so this might even be for nothing, as a little bit of a foreshadowing right there that it might all be for nothing. But I don't want to divulge exactly how much for nothing it actually was. So yeah, sure enough, the guy's like, I need you to record me right now. Yeah, so one of the guys recorded him, you know, licking something that comes out of a dog, but right. And Luke, he's just turning away. For all Luke knows, honestly, even though he saw the video afterwards, for all Luke would have known, he didn't do it because Luke wasn't even paying attention. He turned around. He knew that Luke was like, I'm actually going to have to run to the bathroom and puke if I watch this. This is so disgusting. Which, guys, let me just tell you a little something. In evolution, or like, we've evolved, right, to have kind of like natural mechanisms. When you're grossed out by something, that's probably your body like evolving to make you not want to do something. There's a reason why all these things are gross, because they're also dangerous for you. You can get super sick, as we'll see in 1 second. Yeah, so anyways, the Gen Z kid's like, all right, guys, well, I hope you had fun today. And everyone was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be sick. I'm reconsidering everything. Yeah, so the thing is, the subscriber doesn't see the Gen Z kid for most of the day. However, they're in a big class at the end of the day together. It's like a relatively large kind of lecture type class or whatever. Or it's like a big math class with not a lot of in person. So there's a lot of kids, and it just happens to be the case that the Gen Z kid and, the subscriber Luke are in the same class. So anyways, let's skip ahead till then. Oh, by the way, the Gen Z kid did post on his TikTok account the video, and the video got like 15 views in an hour, which, let me just say that, first like hour performance doesn't always indicate how well a video will do. I've had plenty of videos get like, I don't know, 1,000 views in the hour and then end up getting like, I don't know, 500,000 after a year. Like that happens all the time. However, it can also be a pretty good indicator. Like if people aren't engaging with your video, they probably won't engage with it later. But anyways, right, so it's got like 15 views in an hour. And so at this point, Luke was actually kind of curious how the Gen Z kid was doing. So Luke sits down in his seat and he looks at the door and he sees the Gen Z kid walk through the door. The Gen Z kid comes in. He is pale. Bro has actually lost all the blood in his face. Yeah, so Luke sees the kid come in. He's pale. He's sweating. And the Gen Z kid actually sits down kind of close to Luke. Not like right next to him, but pretty close to Luke. So yeah, Luke looks over and he's able to see the Gen Z kid a lot closer up. This kid is like, all the blood is drained out of his face. He's sweating buckets. He just looks terrible. Like obviously there was something gross that he ate that's now messing with him. So like Luke turns over and like is like, yo, to the Gen Z kid, are you good, bro? And the Gen Z kid's like, yeah, uh, I'm okay. And he basically said it in the most not okay way manner that someone could do. Like, if you were told to say something in the tone of like someone who is on the verge of dying, then that's exactly how you tell it. But he tried to say I'm good he said I'm good with his mouth, but he said I'm not doing good with the rest of his body. So yeah, Luke's kind of concerned, and in the back of his head, he's like, do I just call a paramedic? Like, I know what's up with this kid, and it doesn't seem like he's going to turn himself in. Or not turn himself in, that's probably the wrong terminology. I meant more like, get himself the help he needs, right? So Luke's like, all right, I got to pay attention to this kid. And so class starts going on, and he looks over. This kid is sweating more. Somehow he looks even more pale, which he didn't even think was possible. And Luke's like, all right, this isn't good. This is not good. Okay, maybe I should really consider doing something. Like, this actually seems like it might be a problem. So yeah, Luke is looking, and at one point, he looks over, and the spoil kid, not spoil kid, the Gen Z kid, his eyes are like kind of like closing, almost like he's like about to fall asleep. And then the Gen Z kid literally collapses and just falls onto the ground. The whole class goes silent. Everyone turns around to see the Gen Z kid on the ground, and the teacher's like, uh, is everything okay back there? Which, like, obviously not, bro. So, yeah, anyways, right, Luke at this point thought, okay, I should really step up. So, when the teacher walks back, Luke's like, hey, I just want to let you know, I think I know what's wrong with the kid. And the teacher's like, yeah, what's up? Like, this kid just fainted. And Luke's like, all right, well, I know that he was like going around like licking really gross things for attention today. I think he probably licked something a little bit too gross and I don't know, it got to him or something. He should probably get checked up. Like, he probably needs fluid or something. So yeah, sure enough, the teacher's like, oh, okay, yeah, this could be serious. Teacher goes ahead and calls like the nurses. The nurses come over. They decide, okay, this is we can't just throw a bag of ice on him and call it a day. Like, we got to actually do something. So sure enough, they go ahead and they call they call like the actual ambulance, whatever they call the actual hospital. So sure enough, ambulance comes. Dude's stretched out of class. Like, class is over basically at this point. Everyone's just sitting in their seat talking about what's going on. Basically, this kid's TikTok of him licking a bunch of gross stuff starts getting spreaded around, which he actually starts getting views. Like, he goes to like 100 views, which, by the way, 100 views on TikTok happens randomly when you post like your face and nothing else. Like, that's not really an accomplishment or anything. But yeah, sure enough, his TikTok gets like posted around a bit more. It actually starts getting traction. Like, it starts getting like 50 views a minute or something. I think the algorithm noticed all the attention. But here's the thing. Here's the plot twist, guys. So the TikTok got deleted because it broke community guidelines, bro. He was starting to blow up and then he got yeeted, which I mean, you posted something like super vile. I understand why it got taken down. So yeah, the Gen Z kid went to the hospital. They gave him some like antibiotics or something, gave him some like fluid or whatever through IV, and he was actually good after a couple of days. But bro definitely learned his lesson, and it was like the most ironic thing was the fact his TikTok got deleted. If you want to support the channel, make sure to go ahead and watch one of the videos on screen right now, and peace.